Welcome to Stanley, Scuba, Sailing, and Adventures. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Bareboat Sailing Charter, Southern Belize, Part 4, 3rd of March, 2020. Morning, March 3rd. The forecast for the day called for winds from the east to southeast at 10 to 20 knots, and later in the afternoon for winds from the east to southeast at 15 to 25 knots. This is what I like to call a don't move the boat day. We intended to just stay at this anchorage again tonight and go exploring for the day. It was a beautiful morning, bright, sunny, not a cloud in the sky. After coffee and breakfast on deck, we decided we'd take the dinghy over to Nicholas Cay for some snorkeling for the day. Since we'd anchored a little off, we decided to take the dinghy directly toward Hunting Cay and then cut over to Nicholas Cay. This provided us the shortest amount of time in the open water between the keys. We had been advised during the chart briefing that the water pouring in from outside the barrier reef between these keys could sometimes have a current of a couple knots. That's not a place we wanted to be if we should run into any problems with the dinghy's engine. There are enough hazards at sea, so I tend to err on the side of caution when it comes to making decisions. Nicholas Cay is a private key. However, while we were out snorkeling, I saw a gentleman going by in a kayak. I called over to him and asked if we could go ashore and have a look around. I was guessing he was the caretaker. It turned out he was, and the only inhabitant of the island, and he said we certainly could go ashore and have a look around. It looked like he was headed over to Lime Cay, I would guess to get some lunch. He seemed to be paddling quite quickly. I'm assuming he didn't want to miss his window since lunch was only served from 12 to 12:30 each day. The weather was perfect. It was still sunny, no clouds, nice and warm but not too hot. We didn't have nearly the wind they had forecasted, so I wasn't disappointed about not sailing. We continued to snorkel for a bit, then jumped in the dinghy and took it ashore. Nicholas Cay was not a very large island, and we would end up walking all the way around it. I shot quite a bit of footage, and I think I'll make a separate video with just a tour of Nicholas Island. It was quite scenic, although there was some debris. It looked like it had been built and maybe rebuilt a couple times. I found this structure very interesting. The wall behind is filled in with conch shells, cement and conch shells. It was quite beautiful, and I would imagine it was all done by hand. It must have taken quite a bit of time, not only just to collect all those conch shells, but to put them in the wall. There was an electrical box of some sort inside the structure, and a spectacular view of the barrier reef. I imagine it was very beautiful at some point in time, and probably destroyed by a hurricane. However, that's just speculation. We continued our way around Nicholas Cay and enjoyed the scenery. There were some more ruins, actually quite a few around the island, appearing to be from different periods of time. As we rounded the corner, there was a sign for a turtle nesting area. I was very disappointed to see all of the plastic and debris scattered in the turtle nesting area. Hard to imagine we're this far away from anything and there could be that much debris washing up from the ocean. We took the dinghy back to the sailing vessel Barnabas and had another snorkel off the side of the boat. Turned out I like the snorkeling much better on the reef off of Hunting Cay. Here's a boxfish. Not sure exactly what kind. There's a lot of coral and sea fans. A little too deep for me for snorkeling. I wish I had an air tank. We spent the remainder of the day just snorkeling off the boat, in between relaxing. It was quite beautiful. We'd had the Keys all to ourselves for a while, but now we had 2 catamarans in view. Not that that mattered. This would be our last night here. Time well spent, but not nearly long enough. Thanks for watching.